Hi, I'm Randy Altman with Post Perspective. We're here at Siggraph 2016, and I've got Mike Woodward from Divergent Media. And Mike, why don't you first tell people what it is that you do, some of your flagship products?
Sure. So Divergent Media makes Mac applications for the video post-production industry, predominantly. We have three apps we're known for: Scopebox, ClipWrap, which we'll talk a little bit about, and EditReady. Scopebox is our QC tool. It's the oldest product, coming up on a 10-year anniversary. It does software scopes for a live video signal or a third-party host. ClipWrap and EditReady are both transcoding solutions for different cameras, focused on post-production workflows.
Okay, all right. Well, ClipWrap, let's talk about that because there's been a change involving ClipWrap.
Yeah, that's a big announcement. So ClipWrap came out a number of years ago. It was targeted towards AVC HD and HDV cameras, converting them into playable QuickTime movies. We have since then created a new application called EditReady, which is more modern. We've added a number of other cameras support, so QuickTime, MP4, and MXF. And so after about a year ago, we rolled all of the camera support from ClipWrap into EditReady. And at this point, we're transitioning customers off of ClipWrap. We're going to just be selling EditReady. It's a more modern application. It's 3 times faster for most users. It offers thumbnails, video previews, LUT baking, scaling, so a number of new features that aren't available in the ClipWrap product. So we just want to make sure everyone's getting the better of the two applications. They're the same price. So what we found is we have a really great network of ClipWrap users, and the word of mouth is phenomenal. But what will happen is people come to our site, click buy on ClipWrap, and quite frankly, we have a better app to sell them. So we're trying to get everyone to make the switch over to EditReady.
Yeah. People don't like change, but you're giving them a better option.
Exactly. More for the same price.
Exactly. Now, in terms of EditReady, with today's NLEs, they have transcoding within them. So why is EditReady still a good tool?
Yeah, we get that question a lot. So, with Premiere's Mercury engine and some of the technology built into Final Cut, it's definitely possible nowadays to edit a lot of this footage native. What happens though is, a lot of the cameras now are shooting to H.264, which was designed as a delivery codec. It's very highly compressed. It's very hard to play back, and so as computers have caught up a lot, the technology's moved into the acquisition because it means you can fit so much more media on your card. And so everything's shooting H.264 now, and as computers have caught up, they're able to edit it natively. And so, you'll see Premiere will say, just drop your footage in and cut it. Final Cut will do something where they'll render proxies in the background. And that works for small projects. The problem is you're incurring that cost of converting that highly compressed footage into playable media every time you play your time ramp down or every time you render a layoff. And so for small projects with very few cuts and not a lot of footage, it makes sense to drop your footage in, cut it, lay it off. If you're very effects heavy, or if you have a lot of footage, or if you plan to do a lot of layoffs, you can incur that transcode cost up front with a tool like EditReady. And we've done a lot of work to make it incredibly fast. We're almost an order of magnitude faster than some of these in-app transcoding solutions. We're faster than AME, we're faster than compressor, and so we're able to leverage the hardware accelerated decode and encode built into the Intel chipset. We've got an entire GPU pipeline set up for color space and scaling, resizing, baking in LUTs. And so, if you incur a couple hours of transcode time at the head of your workflow when things are a little bit less constrained versus, an extra 30 minutes for every render and layoff at the end when you're up against the deadline, it might, for a lot of workflows that makes sense. For some it doesn't, but for a lot it does. Sure. The other big thing is EditReady tends to be the first to market with solutions for new cameras. So because we're small and we're not we don't have the entire feature set of a host app and an edit, an NLE. If a new camera comes out, there's no impediment for us to just ship a new release that week. And so we tend to beat Premiere and Final Cut to market with support for new cameras, by a month or two sometimes.
They seem to be coming out almost constantly.
Yeah, the cameras, there's always a new camera. And so if you're on the bleeding edge, you're buying a camera when it first comes out, you may find it doesn't work in these applications, or you get the slow path. And so we work very hard to be out very quickly with support for these as they come out.
So we're here at Siggraph. So what are you doing here at Siggraph? Are you checking out partnerships? Talking about product? What are you?
Yeah, this is a fun show for me. So this one I actually get to go. NAB, I'm on the floor, I'm on my feet the whole time. This show I get to go and watch some of the technical papers and see what's coming and see how we can move some of this academic stuff into the real world, into production workflows. So.
Anything else that I haven't asked that you feel is important to share?
Yeah, so we've got a new, we haven't talked much about Scopebox or other application, QC tool. We've just recently done a lot of work with the guys at Pomfort, German DIT company, to bring that tool set into the DIT world. So LiveGrade, SilverStack, they're two phenomenal tools for DIT carts. Both of those now will integrate on the same machine with Scopebox, so you can have real-time preview of your DIT look work with scopes in the field without additional hardware. So we're really happy with that.
Mike, thanks so much for stopping by and taking the time to tell us about what's new.
Thank you.
See you at the next one. Randy Altman, Post Perspective.